guys, it's Monique and welcome back to my channel. All right, so today we're going to talk about Mr. Jeremy Southern. If you don't know about Jeremy Southern, he is a 22-year-old African-American male from Sacramento, California, who got shot and killed while he was visiting a friend at an apartment complex. And I want to know your thoughts on this. So I haven't seen a whole lot of videos on Mr. Southern's case. I know a few other YouTubers have done some videos and have expressed their thoughts on it, but I'm going to give just the very basic facts that we know right now. It's still very fresh. We haven't seen any police like cam videos released. We haven't heard any statements from police on exactly, what happened. All we're going off of is the eyewitness testimony and a video that somebody that was there on the scene shot from their cell phone. So the situation with Mr. Southern is this. He was visiting a friend at an apartment complex in the Sacramento area and was leaving the apartment complex when he was confronted by police. Now, apparently police were on site at the complex prior to encountering Mr. Southern. I don't know why. Again, we don't know. We don't have those details yet. But he was confronted and the police state that they stopped him because he matched the description of a suspect that was involved in a shooting either earlier that day or earlier that week. So they were there investigating the area. Mr. Southern has a neck tattoo, I believe, and that was one of the identifying factors as to why they wanted to stop and talk to him. So in the video, you see Mr. Southern. You can't see the police from the video that I've seen, but I'm going to insert a small clip of the video so you can take a look for yourself.
Southern matched the description of the person they were looking for.
But in the video, you see him walking. The police, encounter him, and then he goes and immediately pulls a gun from his bag that he had on him and points it at the police. Now, you cannot hear anything in this video. You can just see what's going on. You do see him pointing the gun for, I don't know, a minute, maybe less than a minute. I mean, it seemed a little bit longer in the video. At which point the police shoot him to take him down. So without knowing, if they had told him put the gun down, without knowing anything that was said prior to him pulling the weapon, I'm just telling you what we see in the video, okay? So they shoot him. The very first shot doesn't seemingly kill Mr. Southern because the eyewitness tell that he began to crawl back towards his weapon, which was, I think, some 6 or 10 feet away from him, but started to move back towards his weapon, and the police shot him again. So the second shot, he did not have a weapon in his hand that we know of, but then again, you have to think the police don't know what he has. He has a bag. They don't know if he's got a weapon on his person. There's a lot of things that they don't know, okay? Now, what I'm interested in is to know why the police were there. I'm interested to know what the discussion was between the police and Mr. Southern, okay? And was he involved in the crime that they were there to investigate? We don't know that yet. I really want to encourage everybody to reserve their thoughts as far as, just the facts that we know right now, which I think people are actually doing, because the fact that I haven't seen too much about it on the internet tells me maybe people are waiting to see what happened. They did interview Mr. Southern's sister, and I believe the friend that he was there visiting, which I will put a little tiny clip in there so you guys can see those things. And they, were obviously very upset about what happened, but it was interesting. His sister even said, I'm not surprised he got shot because everybody knows you point a gun at the police and you get shot. But the second shot is really what she is questioning, why that had to happen. And I am too. I'm wondering too, as somebody who just watched the video, I'm wondering, why did the second shot have to happen? But again, we don't know. We don't know. And if you put yourself in the position of the police officer, you know that he's got a bag on him. He had I think it was like a cross bag that he had over him. I mean, you don't know if he's got another weapon in there. You don't know if he's got a weapon on his person. Is he going to grab it? We don't know. We don't know where he was shot either. He could have been shot in the leg. He could have died from a leg wound, which is very, very possible. We don't know where the first shot was either. But the other thing, and not that this pertains to him being shot or justifies it whatsoever, but he did have a criminal past. His criminal past was lewd acts with a minor under the age of 14. From what I read, it looks like he dated a girl, claimed to not know that she was under the age of 14. He was soliciting inappropriate pictures and material from her. And at any rate, he did jail time for it and was basically registered under Megan's Law as a sexual offender or something like that. And I only mention that just to say it in case it comes out in the news. And again, we don't know if he had anything to do with the previous situation that the police were there investigating to begin with. So I wanted to be very careful just to say the facts in this video. Me personally, I'm going to say it like I say it on all these other cases that are very similar, is it breaks my heart. Because I don't doubt that Mr. Southern, you know, maybe was a good guy, was trying to do better, you know, wasn't like a hardcore criminal, wasn't there hurting anybody. I want to believe all that stuff. But what really kills me is that everything could have been different had he not pulled out that weapon. Everything could have been different if he would have just put his hands up, got down on the floor, complied with police, did whatever they were asking him to do, which we don't know what that is. But it would have been different. He would have been alive. And that really is upsetting. And I think, you know, when you watch the video with his sister and his friend, it's upsetting to them as well, because here they see a senseless life lost. Coincidentally enough, Mr. Southern was, I think, a few days away from his 23rd birthday. So it really, really all around is a shame, but I think there's a lesson. The lesson to everybody is that if you just comply with police, even if you think that they are unlawfully stopping you, even if you are not doing anything and they are trying to detain you, go to the police station, answer the questions, fill out the paperwork, and then get a lawyer and sue them, you know? But don't make a stupid move that could potentially end your life unnecessarily, you know? It's a shame that had to happen that way, but I really feel like until people, you know, grasp the lesson in these situations, we're just going to keep making these same mistakes. So from one parent to any parent that's out here watching this video, you know, please teach your kids that with every, you know, reaction, there's a consequence. There's a consequence and there's an opposite, you know, reaction to your reaction. And whether that be the right or wrong reaction, there's always going to be an adverse effect. So choose wisely, make smart decisions, you know, don't act out of fear. And just put your hands up. I'm just, you know, I'm tired of seeing these young men and young women get shot, you know, because somebody made a bad decision. It's just senseless. It's getting exhausting talking about this stuff. It's heartbreaking. I don't want this to happen to anybody. And, you know, but we need to do a better job as society, and we need to do a better job as parents, educating our children, making sure, you know, that they just make good choices and they make smart choices. And honestly, when it comes to having a weapon on you, especially if you're young, it's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing to have a weapon. I'm pro, you know, pro gun. I believe in having weapons, but I also believe you have to be responsible with them, and you have to be, you know, in the right frame of mind to use a weapon responsibly. And you just don't do that. When a police officer comes at you to ask you a question or whatever, your first reaction shouldn't be to take out your gun. It shouldn't be. So deal with why it is what I'm saying. My guess is there's a lot of fear. I get that. There's a lot of fear. But let's just do better. Let's just do better. But you guys, in the meantime, while we wait on the details of this situation, and I'm going to be, making a follow-up video to it once we get more information, please let me know what you think in the comments box below. Like this video if you enjoyed the content, share it, and also subscribe to my channel if you aren't already a subscriber. Make sure you hit that notifications bell so that you don't miss when I drop another video. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.